Hello, it's 10 a.m. here in Atlanta, 6 p.m. in Abu Dhabi. I'm Lynda Kinkade, in for Becky Anderson. Good to have you with us and welcome to Connect the World. Well, packing up, pulling out and possibly leaving a dangerous void. With US forces perhaps just days away from finishing their withdrawal, a top American military commander warns Afghanistan could spiral into a civil war. The Taliban are claiming big gains and their opponents are taking up arms. In laying out his rationale for the withdrawal back in April, US President Joe Biden said the US went to Afghanistan because of a horrific attack that happened 20 years ago. That cannot explain why we should remain in 2021. Mr. Biden, of course, was referring to the September 11 terror attacks, which prompted the US to invade. So after decades of conflict, could Afghanistan be in more turmoil? CNN's Anna Coren joins us now live from the Afghan capital. Good to have you there for us, Anna. So when Biden announced the withdrawal of troops, he said it would happen by September 11, but things are moving pretty quickly. It now looks like most troops should be out in the coming days. Some will remain. Can you tell us how many and in what capacity?
Yeah, Lynda, it's come as a shock to Afghans that I have spoken to. The fact that this US withdrawal is 2 months ahead of schedule. As you say, President Biden set that deadline for September 11, but we are now hearing that US troops could be out of here in the next few days, bringing an end to America's longest war. They are planning to leave 1,000 troops. That's what we heard from General Scott Miller this morning. 1,000 US troops will be kept in country, 600 of them to protect the US embassy. The others will be there to secure the international airport. It's really just a holding pattern, if you like, until Turkish forces come into place to provide security for that airport. But as I say, US troops planning to be out of here within days. General Scott Miller, he has warned of an impending civil war with the US withdrawal, and he said that this should be a concern for the entire world. We're talking about $2 trillion that have been spent here in Afghanistan. More than 2,300 US soldiers have died in country, let alone the hundreds of thousands of Afghans that have died over the last 20 years. And many people are saying, what is it all for when the Taliban are launching this very aggressive offensive around the country, particularly in the north, making huge gains? You're talking about 100 out of the 370 districts that they've claimed so far. Taliban says it's more, Afghan forces say it's less, but we do know that the security situation on the battlefield is certainly has been destabilized and is deteriorating rapidly. And there is real, genuine concern as to whether the Afghan forces can actually stand up to the Taliban and keep this government in power. We obviously heard that US intelligence report last week that is, predicting that the Afghan government could fall within the next 6 months, Lynda.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, what is the likelihood of that happening, given the US has vowed to continue support, at least in terms of financial support, offering billions of dollars to try and help the Afghan government. But as you say, experts fear that the government could fall within months.
Well, as we know, President Ashraf Ghani and Dr. Abdullah were in Washington, D.C. last week meeting with President Biden. And President Biden said it is now over to you. It's up to Afghans to ensure the future of this country. The United States has pledged $3.3 billion towards security assistance, along with $266 million in aid. This is all going to be desperately needed. The Afghan government, relies on international donors. The government, can't function without. They're going to have to fund the 300,000 or so, Afghan National Security Forces, keep them on the payroll, keep them going out on the battlefield each day fighting the Taliban. But as we've been seeing from the Taliban, the propaganda videos that have been coming in over the last couple of weeks, in their gains, their daily gains, there have been surrenders from the Afghan National Forces, and with those surrenders have come the weapons, the ammunition, the Humvees, the armoured personnel carriers. I mean, this is all equipment funded by the US government, Lynda.
Anna Coren for us. Good to have you on the ground for us in Kabul with that perspective. We will speak to you again soon. Thanks so much.